Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members of the Portfolio Committee, the technical team from the Office of the Chairperson in Parliament, as well as the media, together with the NSA, represented by the CEO and the Chairperson, Ms. Luaka, and the executive of the department. My name is Nobuhle Nkabane. I'm the Minister of Higher Education and Training. Thank you.
Lonzi.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Greetings to you, the members of Parliament. Special greeting to the Director General of Higher Education, as well as the Minister. My name is Sihle Lonzi, a Member of Parliament, deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. Just one plea, Chairperson, because there are people who are watching at home and they're updating us. And they don't take kindly with the fact that the Minister is eating. So please, Minister, if you may not eat on the live TV, you can maybe step outside to have a small snack. But when you come in here, please don't engage in those activities, considering that in higher education, there are many students who are vulnerable, don't have food, not getting their allowances of NSFAS. So it may appear insensitive. It may not necessarily be what you intend, Minister. That's why I'm doing it with a kind heart to say, let's exercise sensitivity to that effect. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. I will not be tempted to engage on any other issues. Lina laka ke khaolatli sefane ke khabo. Let me pass my greetings to your good self as the Chair Minister. Welcome to the Portfolio Committee. You can relax, Minister. Welcome, DG. And thank you very much, Chairperson. You can relax, Minister. Thank you.
No, thanks, Chair. Hey, well, she can't eat most. How she can't even eat or do anything. She can't even eat. The Prime Minister can't eat. She can't even stand up. Hey, it's a mess.
Let's come back, colleagues.
No, thanks, thanks, Chair. My name is Siduganelo Tepolo. I'm part of the committee. Greetings to you, Chair, the Minister, and the DG, and the collective. Thank you.
Enkosi Sihlalo mandiqale kuqala ndibulise wena amalungu ekomiti umphathiswa ugqirha ophethe abaphangeli uDG igama lam ndinguyanga Govana ndililungu lale komiti.
Morning, Honorable Chair, Honorable Minister, together with your team and everyone else, my colleagues. My name is Ashley Toike, the First Souls, and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, Minister and the DG and all the DDGs and all the team. My name is Sihle Ngubane, and I'm the member of this Portfolio Committee. Thank you.
Sihlalo Committee, my Lunga department led by the Minister, colleagues of the committee and extended staff members. And I'm a member of the committee.
Yaleva Mutula Stulo, Kudumedisa, Listulo Sahau, Minister, Deputy DG, DG and your delegation in the department, everybody else who's tuning in and following these proceedings, our colleagues in the media fraternity. Good morning. My name is Karabo Khachal and I am an alternate member of this committee. You can drink water, Minister, it's fine.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Minister, DG, and the reps from the department, NSA. My name is Matlodi Maseko,
And just to put a disclaimer, Chair, I'm a diabetic, so Lonzi, if I eat, I go or to collapse, I will be to an ambulance. So bear with me for your constituents. Tell them, can I diabetic? I'm going to eat something, nibble something. If I feel okay, thank you very much. So thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much. I think we've all introduced ourselves. Minister, I'm going to hand over to you to deal with the presentation. And then you can direct who's going to add, and then we'll take it from there. Thanks very much, Minister.
Thank you so much, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, and to honorable members of the Portfolio Committee for giving us an opportunity as the department to come and account before the Portfolio Committee. I believe we're not only accounting to the Portfolio Committee, we're also accounting to the public and the society at large. Maybe to just give a brief background before I hand over to the Chief Director responsible for SETA coordination, is to indicate that in terms of us executing our responsibilities, we are indeed empowered by the Skills Development Act number 97 of 1998, which provides that the minister must appoint the chairpersons of the Accounting Authority of SETAs after consultation with the National Skills Authority. It says the minister must also, by notice in Government Gazette, invite nominations for the positions of the chairperson of the Accounting Authority from interested parties in the relevant sectors. Meaning, if we nominate a person that we believe can add value in agri-SETA, that particular person cannot be nominated by a sector or by a bank sector. It must be a specific sector relevant for executing that responsibility. It is sectoral based. I think it's very important for me to emphasize that. Hence, the Gazette is still out so that we advise our people when they are making their nominations what they should consider in terms of nominations. Maybe to expand is to indicate that above legislative provisions, they also empower the minister when appointing SETA chairpersons to consult the National Skills Authority, and this consultation is neither intended to seek NSA approval nor concurrence. Thus, the decision to appoint the chairpersons and board ultimately rests with the executive authority. In this case, is the Minister of Higher Education and Training. In executing the whole process, the minister remains a staunch proponent of the Bill of Rights as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, which is the supreme law of the country, where Chapter 2 provides, amongst others, that freedom of trade, freedom of occupation, and freedom of profession, where every citizen has the right to choose their trade, occupation, or professionally freely. Equality, where everyone is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection and benefit to the law. Freedom of association, where everyone has the right to freedom of association, as well as political rights, where every citizen is free to make political choices. Against that background, honorable members, it's very important to indicate that we indeed complied with this legislative imperative in our efforts to make sure that we are indeed compliant with the law when we're processing these appointments, that at the end of the day, we nullified it through the withdrawal. The important criteria that we need to also indicate in terms of the Skills Development Act is that Section 11 of the Act provides that the minister in appointing accounting authority members must take into consideration the following: gender representation, demographic representation, representation of disadvantaged persons or communities that have been prejudiced by the past racial and gender discrimination in relation to the access to skills development programs, and also make sure that she considers a blend of knowledge, skills, and experience required for the effective functioning of the SETA in question, and also draw from the ranks of the senior officials in organization so that they can as well assist in shaping some of the policy interventions in trying to address the skills deficit that we are facing in the country. In the quest of improving the state of SETA governance and oversight, and to attract a caliber of suitable, qualified candidates with a blend of experience, knowledge, and capability, and to redress the historic imbalances, we then had to up the game, because we said we need people who are going to turn around the current situation that we are facing in our SETA system, where there is a general consensus that they are not impactful or they are not responding to the needs of our society, of which we will need to make sure that we leave a very good legacy as this government of the 7th administration. We said the NQF level must be a level 8. And then the preference was to be given also to people with disabilities, young people, as well as women. But in terms of the analysis of the master list that we received, we did not have a number of youth that met the criteria in terms of requirements. We only got 2 that met the criteria. So those are the limitations that we need to look at when we try to spread the word to say the Gazette is out, people must come on board. They must raise their hands to come and serve the nation. The second issue that we're confronting is that we did not get people from other groups, like whites, Indians, and others, and coloureds, raising their hands to say they are ready to serve the nation. I call upon to all of us to go out in numbers and request them to respond to the call, because we've already issued a gazette, and this gazette was issued on the 22nd of May 2025. The closing date is the 12th of June 2025. Coming closer to the last issue, because I have seen the letter that the Portfolio Committee has written to the Minister requesting a new date. Hence, we indicated that we still need to consolidate and compare notes, working closely with our legal team, together with Dr. Gondo, who is responsible for legal matters in the department, so that when we produce or present a report around issues of the University of Limpopo, we produce a quality report that is not going to be questionable, a report that can even stand the ground if anyone can challenge it in court. So we want to be clinical with our approach. We don't want to bring here before you a half-baked a report that must be considered by the Portfolio Committee. But I think it's very important also to share with the committee what it means when we say there is the governance function of the council. The governance function of the council refers to the council, which is the highest decision-making body in that institution. And then there is another critical terminology that we need to analyze: chronic dysfunctionality, what it means. Chronic dysfunctionality refers to this situation where the council is highly divided into factions, and the council admin is chaotic, and the chairperson is at war with the VC or the management team as a whole. So when we do an analysis, we need to take into cognizance of these issues before we can say either the university is stable or dysfunctional. The dysfunctionality in terms of management is evident where there is a constant infight amongst the executive, where there is no internal audit unit, where accounts are withdrawn, and there is high number of irregularities reported in the successive audit cycle. we just want to commend the University of Limpopo because they received clean audit. So in terms of these areas, we did not pick up anything. I just want to reflect on the research. The research suggests that amongst the historic disadvantaged institutions in South Africa, the University of Limpopo and the University of Venda have made significant strides since a major turnaround strategy. University of Limpopo at some stage was bankrupt and now boosts substantive revenues. In its current
Minister,
account,
I've got members raising their hands. Please hold on. Member Seko.
Sorry, Chairperson and Minister. I'm afraid once you open that can of worms, we are going to engage with Limpopo. So the ideal scenario was you are not going to touch on Limpopo. All that you are saying now, when we engage after we have report in front of us, we can engage about that. For now, we open SETA, board appointments, and then we close with that and not hear anything about Limpopo as we adopted we amended our agenda. So if we stick to that, we'll appreciate it. Thank you.
You're covered. Well, thank you very much, Honourable Minister.
Thank you so much, Shay. Yeah, I was just bringing context before I could commit to the date, because eventually the committee said they need a date for me to come and table the report. So I wanted to give a context so that when we come, at least we understand these concepts. But I take note from the honorable member, Honorable Maseko. We've looked at the processes that we are going to follow, Honorable Maseko, because when we sat down with the technical team that we're working with, in particular legal team led by Dr. Gondwe, said we cannot make a determination with just one visit. After consolidating, we need to go back again to University of Limpopo to present what we have observed and what we have analyzed after looking at all the reports, the one that they gave us, the report from the university branch, as well as our legal team and CHE and SAQA, then we combine so that we are going to have a clear view of a full picture of what is happening in that institution. So we are proposing that we should bring the report for the attention of the Portfolio Committee on the 30th of July, 2025. Thank you. With those few words, Chairperson, I believe there are few. Allow me to hand over to the Chief Director responsible for SETA coordination to take us through the details of the presentation.
I don't know how few are they, but if you are saying there are few, it's okay. We'll take your word for it. SETA coordination.
Honorable Chair and honorable members, the part that I'm about to present clarifies the process which was undertaken, as well as the due diligence processes which formed part of the whole process of the nomination that led to the appointment. It is important for me to emphasize that the process is regulated in terms of the Act and the SETA Standard Constitution. I must state from the outset that the process strictly was handled in terms of the applicable policies and legislative prescripts, in particular the Skills Development Act, as well as the Constitution of the SETAs. The process unfolded as follows. With regards to the call for the nominations of the SETA chairpersons, in accordance to the provisions of the Act, Section 11, subsection 1B, the Minister published the Government Gazette 51625 on the 19th of November 2024, in which she invited all constituencies in various economic sectors to submit nominations of suitable candidates for consideration and appointment as the SETA chairpersons. With regards to the call for nominations for the SETA board members, in terms of the Act, Section 11, subsection 5, on the 15th of November 2024, the Minister issued a directive to all SETA chief executive officers, directing them to invite nominations from the relevant stakeholders and constituencies in various sectors to nominate suitable candidates for consideration and appointment as board members of the SETAs. The initial deadline that was provided for this process was 29 November 2025. But following the call and the concerns from the stakeholders about the short deadlines that were given for the submission of nominations, Minister agreed to extend the deadline for submission of nominations for board members to 15 December 2015. In her agreement, the purpose was to afford various constituencies and the stakeholders to conduct internal engagements for the nomination process to be properly concluded, thus affording the stakeholders to engage among themselves so that they can agree as to who they want to serve in the SITA boards. I will jump the slide on the nomination criteria because the minister had already spoken about. To uphold the integrity of the process, ensuring that the process is beyond any form of scrutiny, probity, and is beyond reproach, we took into consideration the King IV Report on Corporate Governance 2016, which recommends that the governing body should consider assigning the oversight of, among other things, the nomination process for the members of the governing body to the dedicated committee. I must also highlight that this requirement of assigning a dedicated structure to evaluate nominations was also a recommendation by the Auditor General during the appointment process of the boards in the year 2020. Therefore, resulting from the above, a selection and evaluation panel, a nomination task team was established by the minister to independently evaluate all nominations and recommend suitable candidates for the minister's consideration and decision-making. The selection and evaluation panel functions under specific terms of reference. They are as follows. They were assigned to evaluate the nominations received against the established nomination criteria. Secondly, they had to identify suitable candidates based on the identified or established nomination criteria. Thirdly, they had a responsibility to assess candidates against the eligibility criteria, which is spelled out in the Skills Development Act. They had to identify accounting authority members who may be recommended for reappointment to serve in the new accounting authority, which is intended for institutional memory and continuity within SITA accounting authorities. This is a requirement in terms of the Act that when appointing the board members, it is important to ensure business continuity by identifying certain accounting authority members who served in the previous boards to be reappointed for business continuity as well as providing institutional memory. They had to identify suitable candidates with due consideration to demographic requirements, which talks to race, age, gender, people with disabilities, geography, and so on. They had to oversee that the appointed accounting authority members are subjected to an induction program as well as continuous capacity building, training, and development sessions so as to familiarize them with their roles and responsibilities in order for them to properly execute their fiduciary responsibilities. Lastly, they had to ensure that the necessary documentation as well as the records are kept for future reference as well as auditing purposes. How the suitable candidates were identified. In identifying suitable candidates, the Selection and Evaluation Panel complied with the legislative provisions of the Skills Development Act. The panel considered the CVs with profiles of the nominated candidates whose nominations were received on time. Focus of the panel was in identifying suitable candidates, looking into the extensive past leadership experience, the blend of experience, knowledge, as well as their capability to execute the assigned responsibility. Preferably, NQF level 8 as a minimum qualification, and also with an intention to redress historical imbalances, in particular with regards to people with disabilities, attracting the youth, as well as ensuring that the composition of our accounting authorities include women. It is important to point out that candidates' political affiliations did not form part of the selection criteria in identifying suitable candidates, as it was also not part of the government gazette that was promulgated. There is no candidate who was given preference or suffered any prejudice due to political affiliation or association or any political party. That is provided in terms of the Bill of Rights, which the Minister in her opening remarks spoke about, which is the right to equality, the right to make political choices, the freedom of association, and the freedom of trade, occupation, as well as choosing one's profession. Therefore, there's no candidate who suffered any prejudice or was discriminated against due to his or her association with anyone. Coming to the credentials of the candidates that were appointed, the recommended candidates were suitably qualified with extensive management and leadership experience, which ranges from governance aspects, the auditors, chartered accountants, legal professionals such as advocates, medical doctors, engineers, as well as the scientists. Out of the 20 candidates recommended, 3 have doctoral degrees, which is at NQF level 10, 15 with master's degrees at NQF level 9, and 2 are the medical doctors. The profiles of all recommended candidates bear testimony about the suitability as well as the capability of all the candidates that were recommended. I wish at this moment to just flight the profiles of the candidates so that honorable members can quickly look through them before I conclude my presentation. Sorry. Yeah. I think it's still coming. I'm still waiting, honorable share members, for it to appear.
What happened?
I was changing the slide, or maybe I can conclude my presentation and then flight the profiles at the end.
It's not showing them.
The slide not opening. Okay. Let's go back to your.
And our IT is not beyond reproach, Chair.
Yeah.
Can we
Not us.
can we have
Beyond reproach in our process.
can we have order? No, Minister, don't fall for it. They are not. They are not. They've been chatting on the group about the word beyond reproach. So don't fall for it. Maybe Mr. Nguban, it opens when you are not opening the one of profiles.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back.
Maybe doesn't want you to open the profile. I don't. No, I'm joking.
is it not opening? Don't you have an IT person here
But,
to assist us?
let's check the button. But it
MSCT, assist.
I saw I saw it at open. So why it's opening now?
Minister, we've outgrown this stuff.
Is this not your screen?
Small stuff.
Tangubani, is this not your screen?
Eh?
Is this not your screen?
No, it is not.
No.
I think it's coming now.
And it has
Yeah. Don't remove the plugs there. You see now.
Oh,
And this we don't know this, we need the profile.
well, it's finished and then go to the proper. Yeah, I'll go to the website.
So you're saying what you are seeing there, it's not your screen.
No, it is not. It is not.
Whose screen is that?
Slow, very slow.
Okay, because we're still struggling, Minister, we're getting our 80% to come. I think with the spirit that Honorable Lonzi was saying, we can allow you to grab something to eat.
I'm diabetic. I'm your mother, Lord. I'm your mother. I'm diabetic. I'm old.
Let's try again. Let's try again. Try to find it.
Yeah, no, it's fine now. I think the problem is the gadgets from the department.
No, don't worry. Here, I think it is paying more.
Hey, Minister, I think it's working now when we're using our laptop. I think the problem might be the quality of the gadgets from the department. And I hope they were not 90,000 as well. It's, per laptop from the department. But there's something if that just done. Huh? No. But you see, you've just touched there's a cable you've touched when you're putting that thing down. The problem is, when you're putting that thing down.
There's no signal.
Chairperson?
Yes.
Sorry, man, with respect, Chair. In the meantime, can you ask the very capable legal office of the department to quickly work on a definition of beyond reproach so that when we come to Q&A, we're all on the same page, Sihle. Thanks.
No, they're always ready. Honorable Khakha.
When Mountain was being reconfigured, everyone was moving.
Honorable Khakha says she's seconding. So, Advocate Kuta, you're working on it. I trust you with your team there that the beyond reproach will be properly explained.
When
Yes.
we are waiting for the technicians there,
Yeah.
can we call the security so that we have them closer? We don't want to struggle like the last time and wait for too long.
No. I think not. No. There's no second dad, please. No. You see, if Honorable Lonzi goes there, the back, far back, then I might know that we might need. But if he's here, it's fine.
Chairperson, my behavior will be beyond reproach.